Good afternoon, everybody. And here we are. It's almost 1 o'clock on the dot. And as I promised you, today I am joined here on our live broadcast by the lovely Shoko Doherty from Celtic English Academy in Cardiff. And you might be asking, why Shoko? Why Cardiff? Obviously, those who follow the international education industry know that there is a very important workshop coming up in Cardiff in April. And Shoko, who is CEO at Celtic English Academy, is practically the mind behind all of it this year. Shoko, welcome to our live broadcast. And how are you, first of all?
Well, thank you very much for having me today, Bernice. I'm very well, thank you. I'm very, very excited to host this very prestigious IALC workshop in April in Cardiff.
And obviously, for those of us coming, I mean, myself included, Lynn and I are super looking forward to the event. It will be our first time in Cardiff. And I guess for some other delegates at the workshop, it will be their first time as well. So, what can we expect?
Yeah, so I think probably the most of delegates, including schools from England or Scotland, Northern Ireland, a lot of people probably find it it's the first time to visit Cardiff. So Cardiff is the capital city of Wales. It's only less than 2 hours from London by train. And we have so much planned, so many exciting things planned for the workshop.
Can you give us maybe some insight? Can you give us, can you share
Yeah, of
some of
course.
the things that there are planned, or perhaps
Yeah,
some of the places that we'll get to see?
of course. So Cardiff is capital city with so many things all centralized in a city centre and also Cardiff Bay area. So all delegates will stay over 4 different hotels in the city centre, and the workshop venues is City Hall, which is a few minutes walk from the any hotels that you will stay. Um, so City Hall is the main venue where you have a lot of one-to-one B2B meetings and seminars. But in the evening, on the first night, we welcome all delegates at Cardiff Castle, which is the probably main prominent attraction and a very historical venue of Cardiff. So you will be walking around tour of Cardiff Castle, which is really beautiful and entertained by very traditional Welsh musicians.
Oh my gosh, even just speaking about it, I'm already imagining, and it's perhaps, I don't know why, but perhaps for many people who love traveling, when they think about visiting, the area of the United Kingdom, Scotland, Ireland, perhaps Wales doesn't always, come as a first choice, but
Yeah.
in your opinion, as somebody who lives there and has a business over there, why should agents send their students to Wales?
So Cardiff, so other than Cardiff Castle, we will showcase a National Museum as well at the gala dinner, and at the school party we will showcase Welsh music, Welsh language, Welsh food. Wales is one of the Celtic nations amongst Ireland and Scotland, and culturally very unique. People are so friendly and very hospitable. I'm originally from Japan and I came here nearly 20 years ago, and I just fell in love with the city. It's a very friendly, very, very safe place. And for the capital city, actually, cost of living is so much more reasonable than most of UK major cities. So I think a lot of students find very easy to settle in, find reasonable accommodation, reasonable cost of living, and yeah, very nice city to stay.
You
Um,
were talking about you moving to Wales 20 years ago, and I remember you speaking about this at last year's
oh yes,
YALC event when you were obviously when Cardiff was announced as the destination for this year. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience? Because obviously you've experienced this firsthand.
mhm.
So how has it been for you in these past 20 years? And obviously you are clearly super successful now, as CEO of this lovely school, which we can't wait to see.
Oh, thank you. So before I moved into Wales 20 years ago, there was no information on the internet. There's nothing, not much information on a guidebook. So I really didn't know what to expect until I actually landed in Wales. But people are really friendly, and Cardiff is a much, much bigger city than I thought. You know, I thought Wales is a very much like a countryside, a lot of sheep. Yes, we do have a lot of sheep, and we will showcase lamb, beautiful lamb, as a main cuisine in Wales. But it's a quite cosmopolitan city as well. And I actually studied English at Celtic English Academy as one of the first students. So I experienced it as a student as well as a staff here. So I think Wales is often regarded as a last hidden gem of United Kingdom. And I'm very much excited to really showcase what Wales can really offer to our international students and our partner agents.
One of the things that I mean, again, perhaps it is my lack of knowledge in the matter, but one of the things I was very surprised about when I was preparing as a delegate to attend this workshop is how accessible Wales is. And like you said, when the city was announced last year, my first thought was, oh my gosh, how does one get there? So perhaps there isn't enough information out there. And it's also one of the reasons why I wanted us to have this live today, because if there are any agents who are still thinking about attending the workshop, I mean, I was genuine, and to get flights from Malta is not always easy, but I was genuinely surprised as to how accessible it is. So, can you tell us a little bit about this? And I also know that you guys have managed to negotiate some really good prices on getting to Wales.
Yeah, that's right. So we have a Cardiff International Airport. We have some direct flight to major European cities, but also Bristol Airport is only 1 hour away from Cardiff. And one of the major airport, London Heathrow, is about 2.5 hours by taxi, or you can also take public transportation like National Express, direct National Express coach to Cardiff, or you might choose to go to London Paddington, which is really easy to access with Heathrow Express or perhaps Elizabeth Line now. And a direct flight from Amsterdam to Cardiff via KLM. So one of the deals that we managed to secure is up to 15% discount on the flight if you use the link on the IALC website. We also managed to get up to 80% discount on a train ticket from London Paddington to Cardiff return with Great Western Railway. So again, the link is on the IALC website.
Very good. Very good.
And it's only 2 hours, 1 hour, 47 minutes or 15 minutes from Paddington to Cardiff.
In fact, Lynn and I will be coming through Bristol, because obviously from Malta, like I was saying, it's not very easy to reach. Well, it's not very easy to reach anywhere because we are a small island, but it's super easy because we're going to fly to Bristol, which is a direct flight for us, and then just take a train, which is, like you said, only about an hour. So it's really going to be smooth and easy, or at least we hope it will be, because one can never tell. But back to the workshop. So apart from obviously planning the first night and the events and the parties and the gala, which are obviously all synonymous with IALC as an organization, how has it been for you and your team to prepare for this workshop?
I think it's more with excitement than anything. A lot of our staff, either they're Welsh people or we actually have a lot of non-Welsh, so like Spanish or Japanese, Italian, non-British member of staff, but they all found Wales as their second home, and they're very much looking forward to really showcase why we really love Wales and why we really love Cardiff. So whole planning has been really exciting. I hope my staff, my colleague haven't felt stressful. Actually, we were just looking forward, and there was just so many different ideas of how can we pack everything in this, 4 days event.
So, one very important question to start, obviously, bringing this to a close. Is everything ready? Are you ready to receive us?
Definitely. I think so. There's, still, now we're looking into final, fine details, but sort of overall framework of workshops being planned. And yes, I'm very much feel ready to host this amazing workshop.
How many delegates are we expecting, Shoko, at this event?
So I think there are 140 IALC schools, but out of that, probably about 100 schools, or I have to double check with IALC, but the majority of schools would come. And so far, 95 agents registered to attend, which is an amazing number for this time of the year in terms of recruitment target. So I'd like to think that we would host, somewhere between 120 to 140, 50 agents. And I think this is a very much great opportunity for any agent who might have thought about Cardiff or Wales before, but then haven't had opportunity. Or, even if you never heard about Wales, definitely it's worth the visit, and worth that, you will meet so many quality schools as well. So yeah, definitely it's the event that you shouldn't miss.
And since we are right now talking about agents, if there are any agents who are watching this live broadcast and who are interested in perhaps getting more information about the workshop or in registering for the workshop from our side, at the end, for those of us who are watching this, at the end of this interview, we will also publish an article, and in the article, we will put the direct link. So if any agents are watching this and would like to register, you will have the possibility to register directly from the link that we're going to place. But if they would like to get more information about the workshop, what should they do? Who should they contact?
Yeah, so if anybody would like to find out where to visit in Cardiff or Wales before or after the workshop, please feel free to get in touch with me. I have a lot of information that I can share in terms of sightseeing. There's some information already on the IALC website. Before the workshop, Celtic is hosting 5 different pre-workshop fun trip, which including visiting our junior summer centre as well as our high school partners, where we arrange a high school exchange program. But most of our fun trips tag with some sightseeing or attraction visit. So for example, gin tasting, or perhaps coal mine museum, Royal Mint, where you can see how British pound coins and all coins are made. So it's a really interesting museum, or perhaps visiting, castles, food tasting, walking tour, that sort of thing. So you can really, experience the flavour of Wales. But if you'd like to plan your own trips, we are more than happy to share the information. And then after the workshop, our colleagues from other UK schools are hosting, currently I think 3 fun trips are published on the IALC website. One is to South West, so visiting schools in Bristol, Totnes and Torquay. And then another one is to South, which involves Bournemouth, Portsmouth and Wimbledon and near London. And then the third one is to North, so to visit Newcastle and Durham. So it's not just to come to Cardiff, but also it's a opportunity to explore other part of the United Kingdom.
The surroundings, for sure, for sure. That's super interesting. So just one final question. I've been saying one final question, and questions keep popping up. But this is perhaps a logistical question, you can call it, and one which you probably have no control over, but you can give us some insight in terms of weather. What can we expect in April?
Okay, so there's no bad weather in the UK. You just wear wrong clothes. That's what the British people say. It's really difficult to predict, actually. I'd love to think that it's going to be sunny, beautiful weather in Cardiff in April, but probably, as most people know, we can have shower. So what I would recommend is to bring some comfortable shoes and waterproof jacket. A lot of British people, surprisingly, they don't use umbrella. That's something I learned to get used to since I was in Wales. So I think waterproof jacket is definitely a useful one to have. It's not too cold, probably somewhere between 10 to, sometimes we have really warm spring, so sometimes go up to 20, but I would imagine somewhere around 15 to, yeah, around
Okay.
15 degree. So it's
Oh,
not,
well, that's nice.
but
That's nice.
yeah, as long as you bring right clothes, you will be fine.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So I'll probably be in touch with you again closer to date for some tips. Shoko, I do have one final question,
Okay.
but it's more related to the school because obviously we started by talking about the workshop, how you are preparing for it, how your team has
Yeah.
been preparing for it. But as hosts, can you tell us something about Celtic English Academy? Who are you? How long have you been around? Who are your students? And what kinds of courses do you offer?
Oh, okay. Thank you. So Celtic's been running 20 years. So I was one of the first student I came to study 20 years ago. So we will actually celebrate 20th anniversary during the IALC workshop.
Aha.
We teach English to both juniors in the summer as well as many stays throughout the year, and all type of adult courses like general English, IELTS, Cambridge, business English, as well as we have a very unique course called Global Citizenship English. So we teach not just the English language, but also intercultural communication skills, and you will get separate certificate called Global Competence Certificate. Which is really useful skills to have when you work in a sort of international companies or even in a current like today's everybody really associated with some kind of international link. So that's a really interesting course. We both provide homestay as well as a superb residence accommodation, which you will have opportunity to visit during the workshop. And our maximum class size is 10 for adult student. So that's again another very unique sales point, I think. Yeah.
Definitely. Nice. So I think there's nothing left to say except see you in Cardiff.
Definitely. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shoko, for these wonderful few minutes. Time literally flew. And I really and truly do look forward to seeing you and your lovely city in a few months,
Yeah.
weeks
10
perhaps.
weeks, just over 10 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah, because as soon as I said months, I said, you know what? I think now it's down to weeks.
Yeah.
So in 10 weeks' time.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very, very welcome. And like I said, to all the people who are watching this live broadcast or who will be watching this interview later on, as you know, this will remain on our feed, on our social media feed. So if you have any questions, if you are an agent watching this and would like to join us in Cardiff for the YALC workshop, YALC has a reputation of being an organization with lots of quality member schools. So I think, again, from my years of working with the organization myself, they really are lovely people, and I don't just say it because I have Shoko over here with me. So if you are an agent watching this and would like to join us in Cardiff for the workshop, do get in touch with the YALC team, and you're still in time to make it. With just 10 weeks to go, you're still in time to make your arrangements and join us there for what I'm sure will be a fantastic time. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon, Shoko.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, that is it.